The Vanishing Hitchhiker is a haunting urban legend that has chilled spines for generations. The story often involves a driver cruising down a lonely road at night, only to spot a mysterious figure thumbing a ride. This hitchhiker often exudes an air of sadness and mystery. As the story goes on, the driver, driven by a mix of empathy and curiosity, stops to offer a lift. The ride is usually quiet and the conversations are minimal and unnerving. Then, upon reaching the destination, usually some unremarkable house or graveyard, the driver discovers the hitchhiker has disappeared. In some versions, the driver later visits the address given by the hitchhiker, only to learn from the residents that the person they picked up died years ago, often in a tragic accident on the same road where they were picked up. Sometimes the hitchhiker leaves an item in the car, like a scarf or a piece of jewelry. When the driver goes to the address provided to return the item, they discover that it belongs to a deceased person. In other stories, the hitchhiker is a prophetic figure, issuing a warning or a prediction about an upcoming disaster or event. Rarely, some stories involve the driver encountering the same hitchhiker multiple times, with the hitchhiker vanishing each time. Occasionally, the hitchhiker is linked to a historical event or figure, like a soldier from a past war or a victim of a well-known disaster. Another common ending is that the hitchhiker asks to be dropped off at a cemetery, where they then disappear. And that's when the driver discovers that the hitchhiker's final resting place is in that very cemetery. Tracing the roots of this ghostly tale is tricky. Some say it's born from old folklore or real-life mysteries, but one thing's for sure. It's a staple of American ghost stories, possibly inspired by the country's endless isolated roads and a collective interest in the paranormal. This legend is more than a simple scare. It delves into our deep fears and wonders about life after death, and the eeriness and isolation some feel when driving along deserted roads. Every telling of the tale serves as a reminder of the fine line between our world and the unknown, and the spine-tingling possibility that, just for a moment, these two realms might intersect.